I get asked a ton of questions about my cars, my businesses, my life in general. And so today I'm answering all of those questions, and stick around to the end for the surprising answer to the question of which car do I drive the most? So what do I do to afford all the stuff I have? This is probably the number one question I get. And the short answer, I own businesses. The longer answer is I own a wholesale automotive locksmith business with my wife. Another business I have is one-on-one mentorship for owner-operator, blue-collar, service-based businesses where I help them start, grow, or improve their businesses. I also have some investments that pay me monthly in real estate, and not that it pays a ton, but I do this. And the truth is, it's not about the businesses you have, it's about how you run them. There's so many people out there with a great skill set that just don't know how to organize their business to monetize it properly. Technically, if you break down what my main business is, we're a locksmith. The fact that I'm able to afford the house and the cars and all the stuff I have is proof that it's not the industry you work in, it's how you run the business that determines how much money you have. Another common question I get is, how much money do I have in savings before I buy a car like this? It's a great question because a lot of people think the second you get enough money to pay for this, you can go buy it. And for me, it just doesn't work that way. I have a thing I call the rewards equation. I've made a video on it. If you want to find it, I'll link it below. I obviously need to hit business milestones with revenue and growth and that kind of stuff. But also on top of that, I need to make sure that I have all my bills covered for at least 1 year without any new money coming into my accounts before I allow myself to buy something that costs this much. As much as I'd like to, this level of car, I can't just buy cash and justify that spend. Obviously, I could save up all that money and buy it and then just own it outright. But for me, that is not the best use of my money. I could put that money into other avenues that bring money back to me, like I said, with real estate and some other investments I make, and then use that money to pay the payment, at least a year's worth of liquid savings somewhere. This makes it so if I lost everything tomorrow, I would still be able to live my life stress-free and provide for my family and the lifestyle in which I've grown accustomed to living. That's why these are rewards and not stress-inducing purchases. I get to then enjoy them without sacrificing my future and my ability to long-term live the life that I want to live for me and my family. Question 3, are McLarens reliable? This one always makes me laugh because if you look online, your perception of McLaren is it always lives at the shop and you're constantly paying someone to fix it. So just like I'm absolutely not working on this car, because this is the trunk. In my experience, they're not that bad. They just cost a little bit more to get work done, and with what they are, that makes sense, which means they're nowhere near as bad as the internet makes them out to be. My McLarens have been more reliable and have spent less time in the shop than my BMWs and my Dodge has. So yeah, they are not the Toyota Camry of supercar world. They're not as bad as they've been made out to be. And if you do just a few little things, it eliminates 99% of the problems people usually have with them, which is always plug them in every time you're done driving them so that the battery is always at max capacity. And then second, power them up before you start them. Let all the computers wake up and do their job and be ready before you fire the car up. And then just let it warm up before you drive, but still drive it hard. This thing needs to be driven like it was built to be driven. Don't do illegal stuff. I'm not saying that. Question 4 is, what car do I drive the most? That's actually the funniest question for me, because I constantly get asked, with all these cars you have, which one is it you drive the most? And here's the truth. It is this absolute monster right here. Yep, my golf cart probably racks up double the miles that anything else I drive has. This bad boy gets all the miles put on it. It might not be as fast as the McLaren, but around town, in the neighborhoods, it's unrivaled, unmatched, and unbeatable. Me and my family go on so many trips in it, nothing beats owning a golf cart in South Florida. So that's the list of the most commonly asked questions I get. If I didn't answer the question you have, put it in the comments below, and I'll possibly feature it in part 2 of this. And don't be surprised if you see the golf cart again, because this is actually my daily driver.